Guys, it's unbelievable. We have a new 3 3/4 inch clone corner where it's actually an official Hasbro clone trooper. How long did it take? This is how long it's been since our last new 3 3/4 inch clone figure review. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'll go ahead and look it up for you guys. Yeah, I've talked about the AliExpress ones pretty frequently. That's because Hasbro barely puts out new clones. But we have a new clone, and they misidentified it. This is not a Clone Trooper Lieutenant. This is a Phase 1 501st. The main difference between the Clone Lieutenant and the 501st, the Clone Lieutenant, that part on the forehead where it's white, that should be a complete stripe going down to the black brow, and Clone Lieutenants also have the little rank badge dots on the chest. That's the main difference. You may also want to argue that the shade of blue is different. The 501st Phase 1 is like a nice rich blue, and the Lieutenant is kind of more of a lighter blue, almost bordering teal. But this is definitely not a Clone Lieutenant. This is a Phase 1 501st. And also, it's from Teth, which is really cool. So, yeah, you should also know that, it's a Clone Wars era 501st. It's not a Lieutenant. My theory on the whole, colored officer thing is that that's how Kamino ranked them. That's how Kamino identified the ranks. And then once the Republic got their hands on the clones, they're like, nah, the colors are going to mean, their legion and everything now. It's not going to mean their ranks. So that's why they changed it. That's my little game theory anyway. All right, what's the bio on this clone? Traveling through the world between worlds, Ahsoka Tano recollects the perils of the Clone Wars and fighting alongside the brave clone troopers of the Galactic Republic. Yeah, this was a really cool scene. I hope we get a Hot Toys of that. I would absolutely buy it in a heartbeat. But hey, before we have a Hot Toys, we have a Vintage Collection one. Before we had this one, we had a Black Series one. If you want to check out my review on that, it's in my Clone Corner playlist. All right, let's go ahead and open this boy up. If you've seen me open Vintage Collection cards before, I try my best to be careful. I've opened hundreds of these. I am pretty experienced, but I still goof up from time to time. This is how I do it. I use a hobby knife. Definitely want to be careful. If you are a kid, don't even try this. But if you are not very careful with blades, if you don't build hundreds of Gundams like I do, I would probably just advise a different method of opening your toys. But see, I've been opening TVC figures for so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. I've just done it for so many years. I love TVC packaging. That's why I like preserving it. I've collected these things for so long now. I really like them to look nice. All right, so I believe this clone might actually have a little surprise in store for us, because I believe Hasbro has modified this mold yet again. I'm very interested to see the change that has occurred. But to start, yeah, that helmet is pretty spot on. That looks fantastic. Oh my god. I think this is the best Phase 1 clone helmet in 3 3/4 inch since the originals from 2002. That, oh my god, looks so good. And you know why it looks so good? Because they ditched the removable helmet. That's why. They ditched the removable helmet. It's a whole new helmet sculpt right there, where there is no removable helmet. And if they look this good, I don't care if you can't remove that helmet, dude. I do not care one bit. This clone looks fantastic. Look at that blue paint on the arm. I really enjoy the missing little scratches and scuffs all over as well. Just kind of shows that this guy's been through the Clone Wars already. He's in the Battle of Teth, so he's seeing the action. And this does still use the Andor mold, so he does have that nice little gap in the leg armor right there. So you can actually have him fully sit without any issue. Because one thing, we all love the antenna mold, right? The classic antenna mold. But that one really struggled to move its hips. I mean, let's be real. That one, you had to creak it beyond comfort. And this one, boom. There you go. The joints on this are still just as nice as we've already seen with Andor clone. Let's not totally mess up that shoulder pad. I do enjoy how the shoulder pads are attached. That way they can kind of move up and out of the way. I do think it would be best, though, if they were positioned like how the Black Series ones are. But these are still really solid. The elbows move just fine. The hands, they have the nice up and down. I'm so used to AliExpress ones, I'm surprised to see how this actually moves up and down on the right. The hip, or not the hip, the torso has a nice little rocky rock and a swivel as well. The hips I've already talked about are fantastic. You have a thigh swivel, which I feel like for a clone, the thigh swivel is actually kind of useful because it has that armor sculpt. The knee is on a ball hinge, does the knee stuff. And then the ankles are going to do the ankle stuff. Alrighty, guys, that's the articulation on this guy. That's the look of this guy. I think one of the last things we really have to do is make some comparisons with some other 3 3/4 inch clones. Dude, I can't get over how nice that helmet looks. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Alright, for a couple comparisons, here it is with the Andor mold Phase 1 that came out of the Vintage Collection recently. You can definitely see the improvement in the helmet. This one has a removable helmet, so it looks a little off. This new one looks fantastic. But to be fair, if you want to have your clone with a removed helmet, this is, looking good. I would say the neck's a little short, but still does the part. And then, of course, it's a modern clone corner. I gotta bring in an AliExpress figure. I don't have any of the AliExpress Phase 1 500 firsts, but of course, I got the Captain Rex because I was tired of waiting. And the Captain Rex, I've yet to find him a more accurate Phase 1 pauldron, but here it is. They look fantastic together. The blue match is pretty spot on. I will happily display those guys together. I honestly think if I see another one of these clone lieutenants, quote unquote, in stores, which, haha, finding TVC in stores, that's funny. Yeah, I might pick up another one. I'm that impressed with this figure. I don't really do a lot of dupe collecting for clones nowadays, but I feel like I would really enjoy having another one of this guy. I really think I would. Well, guys, there we go. There is another official Vintage Collection Clone Trooper review said and done. And I gotta say, with how my passion for Clone Trooper collecting has been reignited, I love this figure, dude. It makes me so happy. Like, seeing him through my camera view screen right now in this pose with these guys, he looks so cool. Out of these 3 figures, he's definitely the best one here. The helmet looks incredible. Might be a little oversized, but I think it still looks great. I am over the moon with how this figure turned out. He did also come with this. I didn't really show him too much with that, but he does come with a nice little rifle too. Yeah, this guy is an absolute winner. If you're a clone collector, you need this one. If you're a clone collector, you need this guy. Because even if you don't do the AliExpress stuff, you know they're going to release a Captain Rex from Ahsoka. You know they are. They're doing it for Black Series. They're doing it for Hot Toys. Surely they're going to do it for the Vintage Collection. And you're going to need some 5.0s alongside him. Again, this is not a clone lieutenant. This is a 501st. I love the 5.0s. I love the boys in blue. This guy is fantastic. I am definitely a big fan of this figure. And again, I highly recommend it. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I love talking about clones, man. I'm back in it. My passion has been reignited for clone collecting, and it's funny, I have China to thank for it. But hey, when Hasbro decides to throw their hat in the ring every once in a while, I'm game, dude. I'm here. I'm vibing. I'm jiving. I'm here for them clones now. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.